Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to the Biker Vapes channel. Coming fresh off a second in a row Seahawks preseason loss here. So, waved the little flag of defeat with a sad face. But hey, anyway, we are back with another review here. And tonight, we are going to check out the Space Jam Solstice. This is considered a high VG blend. However, one thing to keep in mind is that when a juice is called a high VG or a max VG, it's kind of a relative term. High VG, max VG, you could be anywhere from 70, 80, 90% considered a high or a max depending on who the manufacturer is. So I'm not entirely sure what they consider their ratio to be. I couldn't actually find a true ratio on it when I tried to look into it. But anyway, just kind of give you my thoughts on it here. Typically, I'll do a sub-ohm setup with my e-leaf, but for this one in particular, I happen to find that it is not a very enjoyable vape for me in a sub-ohm build. It's the flavor in it just kind of makes it pretty rough. So tonight, I'm going to try something a little different here, and I'll use the first little e-cig type I bought here, and this is the CFG Power. It's an Aspire. It's also got the Aspire K1 Clearamizer on it, and this is a 1.6 ohm, so obviously we're not in the sub-ohm category anymore. But I kind of just keep this around as a backup, if you're charging the battery or if you just kind of want to puff on something a little bit but not really blow clouds. It's just kind of nice to have one of these around. I just kind of like keeping it. So anyway, the Space Jam, their description is a cherry with lime. They call it a cherry limeade. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up and let you know what I think. So as you can tell, it's actually decent vapor production even in a over 1 ohm type of setup here in a typical just e-cig basically. I'm not so sure about the cherry in it. I can't really taste a whole lot of it. The lime's kind of overpowering, and they say that it's a cool kind of a vape, and I think that the lime is probably what's doing that. But the lime also, even in this, kind of makes it just a little bit rough on the throat. But overall, the flavor in and of itself is actually pretty tasty. I like it. It's a really light flavor with something like a lime. It's not a heavy, overpowering flavor. So this is, you just kind of get a taste of it, and it's really not too bad. So this runs, I don't exactly remember what I paid for it because I bought it a few weeks ago, and I'm just kind of now putting it up. So it was less than $20. I think it was somewhere around the maybe $15 to $18 range for a 30 milliliter bottle, so decently priced, not quite as much as the Clown Serum that I'm such a fan of. I'll have another review of the flavor of that coming up here pretty soon too. I picked up a different flavor of that as well. So this one I would recommend if you're not doing a sub-ohm and trying to blow some really big clouds. I just don't think it's going to be particularly that enjoyable. Literally every time I tried to hit this in my e-leaf, it was just not a fun experience. I went across the whole range of the capabilities of that device from roughly about 16 watts all the way up to the full 40, just trying to see if I could find any range in there that this would be a nice thing to hit. And every time I tried, it was just a hot, unpleasant, burning, coughing, just not fun in any way, shape, or form. But in this, I have yet to cough. I have yet to have a throat irritation with this type of setup, and I actually get to enjoy the flavor in it, which has made it really grow on me. Because to be honest, after the experience I had with my sub-ohm setup, I really didn't think I'd even touch this bottle again. So I was actually a little bit bitter about the fact that I spent money on a bottle of juice that I was probably never going to touch again. So basically, in short, if you're going to use it in a not sub-ohm type of setup, I would recommend this for a nice flavor. It's kind of a good summertime flavor, a little bit citrusy, might be nice with a you know, a light drink outside, or just something for a cooler, more. There's really no other way I can describe it. Just a cooler kind of a hit, a more mellow kind of a hit. So anyway, more reviews to come. Hope this helped, and hope you get to give it a try, and hope you enjoy it. So I will see you in the next installment here. Have a good night, guys.